Let me say it clearly. They're not educating our kids, they're programming them. And the plan has been in place for over 100 years. And I'll explain how, right? You look back at 1902, John D. Rockefeller creating the General Education Board. This guy wasn't shy about his mission. He wrote that, look, we're not trying to make these people and their children into philosophers and into thinkers. We want to organize them. And the translation to that is that we don't want leaders. We don't want free thinkers. We want obedient workers. And so Rockefeller's standardized school system stripped away this independent thought and built a system to serve the machine, not the individual. And that was the plan. So you fast forward to today, and that same system just got a global digital upgrade, or a facelift, if you will. The American Federation of Teachers, OpenAI, and the World Economic Forum now just created this partnership. And I want you to look at who's at the table in this whole thing. You got Randy Weingarten, the AFT president, right? Open leftist, LGBTQ, basically believes in this ideology of creating a blank check for top-down social engineering. Then you got Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, same worldview, same sexual orientation, believes in reshaping humanity's future through AI. Then you have Chris Lahan, right? The go-between between OpenAI and the AFT, this Clinton-era operative, master of controlling narratives. Then the component to this, the X factor, is the Klaus Schwab, the Yuval Harari ideology from the World Economic Forum, openly pushing this global technocratic control. As Harari brags, right? Humans are hackable animals. And you begin to see the pattern here, that every single one is an ideologically aligned person to progressive, globalist, and anti-traditional values. So then you ask, hold on, where's the alternative view in this? Where's the Christian perspective? They're not in the room. And it's by design. And here's what's happening. 400,000 teachers are going to be trained on AI tools built by OpenAI. Over 7 million kids are going to be force-fed this AI-generated so-called facts in the classroom, never realizing those facts are actually pre-approved narratives. And this isn't about opinion. Studies show that AI-saturated learning actually disrupts the hippocampus, right? The part of the brain tied to memory and critical thinking. And so the effect on all this is that students literally lose the neurological wiring to question what they're being told. This isn't education. This is conditioning at its core, and this goes so much deeper than politics. This is spiritual warfare. Look, the World Economic Forum calls your kids the future global citizens, not children made in the image of God. Faith and traditional values are treated as obstacles, not foundational components. And once this system is embedded in the classroom, homes, and devices as a whole, you're not going to be able to opt out of this. So Rockefeller wanted this nation of obedient workers. And so now they want your children programmable, and they're using AI to do it. The most powerful psychological weapon ever created thus far to be able to accomplish that task. And so parents, this has to be our line in the sand. Like scripture says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. This is the point where you have to educate yourself on what's happening. You got to speak up. You got to get involved, and you got to protect the kids, because once this system locks in, it's game over for their freedom.